Hello everybody! Deals, 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 and things to make you unhappy about those deals. Yes. So I've been working on a bit of content for tomorrow, some really spicy stuff, some really interesting stuff. A potential cheaty, exploity thing, which is not a technical exploit. More on that tomorrow. But we're going to be talking about these holiday deals that have just popped up out of nowhere. The good, the bad, and the ugly with it. Of course, you know, people like deals. Deals in question, in-game, these ones here. With unit bundles, get added extras. Okay, cool. But also there has been web store versions of them, which look a little bit like this with purchase limits and stuff. Now, I would click on these. Actually, I've got to be very careful because I clicked on these last time. Okay, I can click on them now. I've got to be careful what I click on because it does show an email address, which I don't want you seeing some like email addressy stuff that things are tied to. But look, there's extra units on offer, which is quite a substantial amount of extra units, especially if you compare it with what's the in-game. And the purchase limits of them are quite nice as well. I think a lot of people may opt to go to the store, the web store version versus what they see in-game. So maybe do that. Why is it web store orientated? Why is it not Google Play Store? Why is it not iTunes orientated stuff? Well, look, there's a monopoly going on at the moment where, you know, Google Play and iTunes, as much as people don't like Kabam from the point of the money-making side of things, well, look, I would say take that up with Netmarble. Netmarble, I think, is the very driving force to Kabam's focus on spending deals, and that's something to mention. But look, regardless if you like Kabam or don't like Kabam from the point of view of supporting them from a financial or monetary side of things, Google Play and iTunes take a lot of money from games developers, not just about Kabam, smaller games developers that have the problem of kind of like earning money. You know, those particular, if you do an app, I mean, anybody that even like puts an app on there, you know, unless you're, depending on how successful or how non-successful the game is, you could be having to pay Google Play and iTunes a huge amount, or Apple, sorry, a large amount of money, and they're not really getting anything substantially back. Any case, right, moving on, Rich, get to the point. Where's Kabam being scammy in compensation? Okay, we'll talk about that. Let's quickly jump to compensation side of things. So one of the deals that was on this on site at one particular point was the gifting crystal bundle, as Charlie put on Twitter. This was the image right here. Let's just blow that up a bit. Boom. There we go. It's a bit bigger for you to see. 10 greater banquet crystals and 1 7-star gifted guardians crystal for $50. Take or leave it. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? Again, it's down to you. I don't spend in the game, so I don't. But if I was to look at this, I probably would go. This is not too bad. The 10 greater banquet crystals should equate to what, 2,800 times 10, so that's 28,000 points per piece. For $49, again, looking into the game side of things, what was that? 3,100 units. What can you get from a bundle comparison? Where's the bundle comparison? 3,100 units. 3,100 units. Would that be an Paragon? That would be like a Paragon Odin, equivalent to that, for that same amount of value, but you're getting more for it. So there's obviously more value that going through the web store than there is anything else. But something with this went wrong. But there is a bit of good news for it. So if you're one of these people that purchased the 7-star hero crystal, like Kabam have just given you a free 7-star in a nutshell. Because many people reached to the forums and said about this, like, okay, we have a fix, Kabam Mike said. This is going out soon and we'll be compensating those who got the wrong crystals. I don't have a timeline for that at the moment. And it already went, it's already out. I was waiting for some few responses on this, but as Charlie said and showcased, compensation's already gone out, so it's a very quick turnaround. That's been good. That's been it's very beneficial to the player because you've effectively just got a free 7-star for your troubles. I mean, I'd love a free 7-star, but it's, I don't spend, so these particular bits and bobs of interaction, it's not for me because I don't spend in the game. So fair play to anyone that got involved with it and got that stuff. It is what it is with it. I don't know if there's anything more on that particular subject. It's a Valiant offer. I don't see in the Summoners Market. Is it Valiant only? I don't know. Why doesn't this package appear on Kabam's website? What is the price? So I'm going to go with they probably took it off then. unless there's been a further response on here. Let's have a look. Has Kabam responded to that? No. So it might be just a Valiant only offer. But that's weird, isn't it? Or is it? I don't know. I don't know if Kabam had it on at one given stage and took it off. It'd be very weird if it wasn't. Well, saying that it is a 7-star. So yeah, that may explain it. It may explain it like they may have either taken it off or it's a Valiant only based offer, which I don't know if I overly agree with. And people will say no, they should have their own stuff, and that's not the. I'll basically get to the point. The problem I have with it is that it's got greater banquet crystals. If it was just the gifted Guardian 7-star and maybe some other types of stuff, then that was to do with the event, then that's a different case, because that particular deal for the 10, which I believe was in game, meant that Valiant players potentially, if I've got this right, I may have this right or I may have this wrong. It's not currently in game, so I can't check. I think we talked about it. There was a deal that you could get in the game. Like, if Valiant players that are whales or high spenders were able to grab that deal and also a second Valiant deal, then that's mainly allowed them to get, for a lower price, greater banquet crystals at a lesser price, and also get a 7-star. But 7-star is not really kind of like important, because that should be something that is rare for them. It's just very weird. I think there's just a day of very weird deals by Kabam, and of course there was the compensation side of things. The next stage is kind of like, is there a rip-off? Is there a bit of a scam? And that's the biggest issue with this, is like, okay, well, Kabam, of course, and before they used to run these deals on what days was it? I think it was Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I mean, look, in a plus side, Kabam have given more units. I think Kabam John actually was the person that kind of hinted at this, so it was quite funny, because on the live show I did say Kabam are doing these, they're going to have a unit offer deal, and look, there's the unit offer deal, or one of them. There could be many others, but you do get a lot more units, and of course you get a bit more if you go through the web store, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to do that. So what else? Like, it was interesting to read. There's two things about like how Kabam have potentially scam players, because obviously I want to be like clear on that particular subject. And of course this is when we bring in community sentiment into it. It's not about what I feel, because I don't spend in the game, but also how other people feel about it. Okay, here's the thread right here. This is an interesting thread, an interesting read. I'll refresh it because I want to make sure we're kind of like covering some stuff with it. So, who's it? Typhoon says, as someone who spent $250 just a few days ago to spend on Greater Banquet Crystals, seeing those holiday bundles roll out today with extra rewards in them has me feeling like a bait and switch. Why wouldn't these offers have gone live with the rest of the Banquet event? Feels like a cheap shot. Ideally, these offers should start Banquet Day 1, but it's business. The holiday bundles are Thronebreaker little lacking, 6-star shards, yada yada. To be fair, they've been doing unit deals every year around Christmas Day for as long as I can remember. So anyone in your position has been playing the game longer than a year only have themselves to blame in rushing into the banquet rather than waiting. I think that's a bit cruel to say that. But there's some fairness. I mean, but cruel to be kind on it. Maybe it's something I should do. I mean, this is the problem that I have. Like, I've now 2 years out of touch from the spending side of things. And I'm not saying I should get in touch, because essentially I'm trying to not discourage it from a point of view of not supporting the developer, but it's a case of going, look, I can't. There's so many different progressions, and at the same time, there's so many different ways to play this game, whether or not you pay to win or not. It becomes difficult to kind of find what's the correct representation for the game, especially because 97% of the community is non-spending. It kind of like, yeah, it just becomes like so difficult to cover so many different things from it. Because next year I should put something about a spend. Like, I was going to do it this year and I forgot, and I will put my notes for next year's Banquet Event guide to have something about people that spend in game, to kind of like just remember these things. Because the thing is, it's too little too late for me to kind of post anything about spending, because what is it, 2 days in, let me just kind of like phrase that, like 2 days in, like with the kind of coverage the relevancy for Banquet Event based coverage is over. Like, I probably won't make any more videos on the Banquet Event because there's no point except for results. I'll cover results. But just kind of let that sink in when we're in a particular game where the relevancy around a particular event is gone. Like, if I was still posting guides now of some of the stuff that I posted about about 5 days ago, no point. Shouldn't be posting now. It should be before, because that's the relevancy of the game. If we don't cover it and we don't talk about it and we don't, think about it in that first 24 to 48 hours sweet spot or even before, it's gone. Like, this is the thing about preparation, and it's a sad truth with what Bold Avenger says. There's also something else that I want to kind of talk about and cover. Christos was talking about this. I'll just step away for a moment, and it's like chat. Okay, right. So Christos says the Summoner's Market has deals. Say a limit of 4 for the Odin pack. The in-game deals have a limit of 4 for the Odin pack. If you buy an Odin back in-game, now you can only buy 3 on the Summoner Market. The limits are shared. You cannot buy both unless you do half and half, which is weird. The Summoner's Market has considerably more units attached to them, so if you buy the in-game deals, you lose a lot of units. This is the first time Kabam has done this, where they share purchase limitations between in-game and in-store. So that's interesting, because that completely swept my mind with it. And going a bit further on this, buying all packs in Summoner's Market yields 3,675 additional units compared to in-game deals. There is a limit to how much you can buy, and the limits are shared. The more you buy in-game, the less you can buy in the Summoner's Market. It is one or the other. You can't have both. Contents of packs are identical. Only difference is units. So that's an interesting side of things. And look, I'd say, like, does this feel a bit scammy? I mean, of course, everything when it comes to a mobile game where depreciation is a big factor to the kind of like, well, continuing with the game. Ascension kind of like is that only kind of stand up of valor that Kabam have about depreciation. But at the same time, that permanent unit currency can be spent how you like. Prior to making this video, I made my last GBC opening, I think it is, and I'm at 20,000 units, and I think I've said to myself, I'm good, I'm fine. I've had fun. Like, I've had fun with what I've opened so far, but I think I'm done. And that's the thing, isn't it? But it's going to be a crucial element to you and everyone else, how you feel about these like deals, the effects they have, how Kabam kind of like look to kind of make value. And look, at the end of the day, players who spend need value for money. And that's another thing, another big takeaway right there, regardless if people haven't purchased at the right time, it seems. But yeah, what's everyone's thoughts on this compensation? People getting free 7 stars, Valiant specific deals. What is everyone's thoughts? This is all very interesting and crazy. Check out some other content located on screen, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye for now.